Hello, hello. It is the Engraved Inlators. How are you all doing? It's I, your girl, Mohozi Esther. Of course, on KC2. I hope you stay tuned. Today, we do have a long show lined up for you guys. I am sure you are going to enjoy. But hey, let's start off with the word of the day. Transition, please. Yes, today's word of the day is lagom, a word that is very nice that I love so much. Of course, I just learned it and I had to come and teach you guys. So it means not too much, not too little, just right. Something that I think should be for everything, but mostly music. And I'll tell you guys why. Let's have the transition to the proverb of the day and we'll be right back. The proverb of the day today is music is a world in itself, and it has its language that we all do understand. It's a proverb that comes about talking about music and how music is something that, you know, it's a world and we all love it and we all enjoy it. No matter what music someone is playing, of course you're going to enjoy it. There's something about it, it being the world in itself. Now let's have the transition and we'll be right back. Yes, welcome back. Guess what we are going to do next? We are going to have the question tag. The question tag is that time where we do have someone in the studio that we do have, of course, and we're going to be asking them funny little questions to get to know them. You know, who are they? What do they do? What are they writing about? But we'll get to that in the interview. Let's start off with the question tag. Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. Good to be here.
This handsome man you see in the studio today is by the names of?
James Kivlen.
It's good to have you, James.
It's very good to be here. Get away.
Are you ready for my question tag?
I'm ready, yeah. I don't know what to expect. I'm excited. It's gonna be
I have a list of few questions here, but I'm just, you know, wanting you to feel at ease. So, you know, we can start off letting the people know who is James a little bit before they get to the whole interview.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep, pressure's on.
I am ready for you. I hope you're ready for me. So the first question is, if you could have any superpower,
Classic
what would
question.
it be?
Go on.
And why?
My instinct is to say fly, but I'm going to say no to that. I don't. You know the X-Men?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I used to love the X-Men. I'm going to go with whatever Magneto had, where he could control metal. I'll tell you why. Because he can just put on metal boots and then he can fly wherever he wants. And he's got the cool helmet and he's got a cape. And he can control metal, and for some reason, for me, that's cooler than telekinesis, to be able to just control all metal. I have no idea why. I used to fantasize about being him on car rides.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably what I would do, yeah.
Wow, I never thought about that.
Yeah, and it only, I mean, because I was a lifelong swimmer as well, so I'm tempted to go like I can breathe underwater, but for some reason I want to be like Magneto. And he's a villain, so I don't know what that says about him.
I was gonna be like, I know that guy is not good. Why do you wanna have his power?
But he used to be good.
Yes.
Classic story.
Amazing. Well, the next question tag is, if you could only eat one type of dish for the rest of your life, what will that be and why?
It would be a New York deli sandwich, pastrami, coleslaw, and Russian dressing on rye.
For the rest of your life?
Well, I mean, anything is going to kind of get boring. I could go bibimbap because I love Korean food.
Yeah.
But I kind of got to like bring it home to New York. And I only eat that once in a while. But for the rest of my life, I think it would be pretty good. There's enough on there. You got the protein, you got the bread. It's all good.
You'll be fine.
Yeah,
wait, the bread is not so good.
Yeah, but like I could always, in different meals, take the bread off and just have the pastrami and the coleslaw and the Russian dressing. So there's just a lot there, you know. You can't pick off pizza that much.
If the banjo could talk, what embarrassing moments of your life since you started playing it do you think it would bring out and you'd be ashamed
the banjo. If the banjo could talk,
Yeah.
we spent a lot of time together in a lot of different places around the world. God, you know, that's such a good question. I don't know if I can say this, I'm so sorry if I can't, but like, I used to practice the banjo for sometimes 8 hours a day on my couch, and I'd like often just practice in my underwear, and my roommates would come out and see me, and then they'd go back in their rooms. So that happened a lot. So maybe that one.
The banjo would be like, please put on some
Yeah, the
clothes.
banjo would be like, can you tell this guy to put on some clothes? This is getting crazy. Yeah.
Amazing. Next one.
Yeah.
If you could invent a holiday,
Yeah.
what day would that be?
If I could invent a holiday, God, great question. I guess it's similar to summer, but I think we should just have like one holiday where everyone goes in the water. Like they either go to the beach or they find a pool, or everyone just goes for a swim. And if they can swim, then they learn how to swim.
What would we be celebrating?
What's that?
What would we be celebrating?
I think we'd just be, what would we be celebrating? I feel like I'm doing this answer wrong, but I don't know. There's just something like very cleansing about going in the water and just chilling.
Yeah.
So I think it would sort of be like, I don't know. We'd sort of be celebrating like, let's just get together and chill. Like what 4th of July has become. Mm-hmm. But yeah, something
Let's just get together and chill holiday from
Yeah.
James Kivlen.
Yeah, in the water.
In the water, yes. So that would be excluding a little bit. How about for people who can swim?
That's what I was gonna say. You know, that's the day you go and you focus on learning to swim.
Ah, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
What is your silly favorite moment of your childhood?
Oh, so this tooth is fake. And
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, they did a great job.
Please, cameraman, zoom his fake teeth.
I should have flossed much more. When I was really young, I used to have really big buck teeth, huge front teeth. They used to call me Bucky the Beaver, and my teeth went out instead of down. They were so big. Anyway, I was really big for my age. I hit puberty really early. I was this like athletic prodigy for 1 year before anyone else hit puberty. Mm-hmm. And so me and my brothers used to bring the basketball net down so we could like play when we were little kids. And I was bigger so I could dunk. So I went up for a dunk and my teeth got caught in the net. And my head snapped back, and that's why this is the thing.
No way.
It really happened, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that is.
Sorry to make anybody squirm. So.
No, I think that's not embarrassing. It's so sad.
Well, I think it was, I suppose you're right. But embarrassing, I mean, we could go real deep. I'm trying to think. I can't think of another embarrassing story right now. But that was pretty embarrassing.
Don't worry, we're good.
Okay, cool.
You did amazing for the question tag.
Oh, thanks, yeah. You know, that's the first time I've ever had one.
Oh, yeah? Mm. Well, that was the question tag. Let's have the moving part to the interview. Let's have the transition, and we'll be right back. Yes, we are in the Engraved in Latest. I hope you guys are still tuned on KC2 with me, your girl, Muhozi, your favorites, I hope. Anywho, like you've seen in the studio, we are here with James. And I know that you're wondering probably what these things are doing on our table, but we're going to get to it. Hello, James.
Hello.
How are you?
Very good.
Welcome back from the question tag.
Feels great to be here.
Amazing. So tell us,
Yeah.
who is James? What does James do?
Yeah, so I am a musician and a music teacher. Right now I'm in Rwanda because I'm doing research on the Inanga, your traditional instrument. I became fascinated with that instrument last year when I was in Mombasa, and some Rwandans showed it to me. But yeah, I'm from New York. I spent a lot of time growing up in Pennsylvania, which is all in the northeast of the US. And I studied to be a diplomat. I studied Spanish, Chinese, and some international affairs. But then when I went to New York to pursue that life, I found the arts and I found theater. And I kind of gave all that up to pursue the arts. And then through theater, and mainly through Shakespeare, I found music again as a music director, and something I had given up 10 years before playing seriously. And now it's basically my whole life. So it's been a winding road, and somehow I'm here with you in Rwanda.
Amazing. We're happy to have you, James.
Good to be here.
Ni hao.
你好，身体好吗？
That's all the Chinese that I can speak, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. I wanted to ask real quick. You are writing a book.
Yeah.
You're writing about a certain instrument. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so around 2018, I had been playing the banjo a lot, and I became really fascinated with the instrument and its history, and the different sounds from different styles of banjo playing. So I got it in my head that I would travel through the history of the banjo, through the US, the Caribbean, and then into West Africa, where its precursors are, and sort of write about the people that I met. And that 4-month planned journey turned into a 33-month journey.
Wow.
With 19 different countries, and quite an adventure. I still feel like I'm coming down from it. I ended it about a year ago today, and yeah, so I just became very interested in the instrument and its history, and I've always loved to write, and I've always loved to travel, and it seemed like a project where I can combine all the things that I really love.
What is in this book exactly?
Yeah, so I was always a big reader growing up, and I really liked books about adventure. I liked books about sort of tracking things down. So this was always in my head, and I really like to read memoir as well. So the book for me was, I went through a bit of a difficult time in 2018 and very early 2019, and this was when I decided that I wanted to start pursuing the banjo history as sort of something to grab onto. Sometimes when you're having a weird lost time, you just really want to grab onto something and focus on that. So I sort of became obsessed with that. So this book is sort of using the banjo journey and the people I meet and the music I encounter along the way to pull me out of that and find happiness again, if you will. The truth is, I'm still writing the final chapters, so I'm not sure exactly where it's going to land. But the great thing is the pressure's off. I just have to write what happened. It's not like I have to come up with anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I'm gonna be in that book. Well, the next question that I wanted to ask is this banjo. Actually, please show the people what a banjo is. They're probably like, what are they talking about? That is a banjo, y'all. That's a banjo. He's gonna be playing for us later on in a few minutes to come. So this banjo originates from West Africa.
Yeah, it's sort of an interesting story. By the way, I have to say, you said this is the banjo, y'all, which is a very banjo thing to say. So well done.
Thank you.
And the great thing about the banjo is, depending on what you consider a banjo, you can say it came from different places. Without a doubt, most of its ancestry, almost all of it, is from West Africa, from the Jola tribes in Senegal and Gambia, and some other tribes along the coast of West Africa. If you consider, I'm going to hold this over the camera, if you consider a banjo a spiked lute instrument with a flat neck, friction tuning pegs, then I would say it's Caribbean. I would probably say that the modern day banjo is Caribbean. But if you consider a banjo what they play in bluegrass music, a lot of country music with the resonator in the back, metal strings, 5 strings, then you could say it's American or from the US. So even if you Google what's the national instrument of the United States, it will probably say the banjo. So a lot of people consider that this is the only American instrument or only US instrument. I disagree, but depending on how you classify a banjo, you're kind of right with whatever you believe. I believe it comes from the Caribbean, with most of its ancestry coming from West Africa.
And you've been there?
Yeah,
West
so
Africa.
I finished the banjo trip in, well, actually I finished it in Kenya, but I really finished the banjo history portion in Gambia and Senegal. So when I was in Gambia, I got jumped, unfortunately, and then I had to get out of West Africa because I was just having a time. I'd been traveling for 32 months.
Yes.
And my Kenyan friends, who I knew when I lived in China, told me to come, and I did, and it was in Mombasa that I met the Rwandans. And that's how I got here.
Told you about Inanga.
Told me about the Inanga, yeah.
Amazing. So what about a banjo? When you were writing,
Yeah.
when you were doing the digging,
Yeah.
what historical event surrounds this beautiful instrument?
Yeah, so the spiked lute instruments, I think originally come from Mesopotamia. It was a little bit difficult to find out exactly where these things come from. But for me, in West Africa especially, I was surprised by the amount of traditional instruments that I encountered in places like Morocco, in the Sahara Desert, in Gambia, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau. How many resemble this, and especially how many musicians of traditional music play with their right hand similar to the way I play, which is sort of an African way of playing it with this drone string. So that was really, really surprising to me. How many instruments, especially instruments that I hadn't read that were connected to the banjo history, were clearly part of the banjo history. And it's just sort of one of those things where there isn't really a clear answer. It's sort of a mesh of a lot of different things, which I really, really liked.
Nice.
Yeah.
As a New Yorker,
Oh, yeah.
you are traveling around Africa in Western, you've been to Kenya, you've been to Rwanda. What have been the challenges that have, you have faced while putting down the notes, trying to come up with your book?
In Africa is such a massive place, and it's difficult to put blanket statements across Africa in the same way that it's difficult to plan culturally for an individual African culture and society. There are a lot of things that I couldn't do in Mauritania, especially, Senegal, Gambia, predominantly Muslim countries that I can do over here. But there are some things in East Africa that I can't do that I could do over there. So for me, it's the most exciting thing for me is experiencing these different cultures, trying to learn a little bit of language, assimilating the best that I can. But it can be a little difficult in a culture that I don't know in the beginning, knowing how to assimilate, because there are a lot of places where I can get in really, really big trouble. Crossing into Gambia, I got put in a prison cell because I didn't really understand things I should have understood.
No.
And that was a mistake on my part. Not that I could have planned for it, but things like that, kind of keeps you on your toes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amazing. How long is it gonna take you to write the book?
Well, I have an amazing mentor and editor, Carmen Bugan. She's a Romanian poet that's based in the US now, and she's helping me out a lot. So I imagine I'll probably be done by early summer, midsummer. I've been working on it a long time. I mean, I planned to do this trip, started planning in 2018. I meant to leave in 2019, and then the world shut down for the first time in history for 2 years.
Yes,
so
COVID.
Yeah, so I had to put it off for 2 years, which really only strengthened my resolve, to use the cliche, but I sort of took it as a personal affront from the universe that I wasn't able to go. So that's probably one of the reasons why I pushed through when things went so awry.
Yeah.
All the way to the end.
So we are expecting the book soon then?
Yeah. Well, a great poet, James Still, once said you shouldn't talk about things that aren't complete, but I'm just going to do it because you're so cool. So yeah, you can expect it within the next year for sure.
Amazing. We cannot wait to read this beautiful book. So we have instruments here.
Yeah.
And how many instruments do you play again?
I have taught 7. I would say I play 4 well, and I play 3 advanced.
And we have 2 of those that you play well here.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. I play guitar and I sing probably better than the violin, but I can always find a guitar wherever I go. And you can, your vocals you carry around with you.
Yeah.
So the violin, this is a sort of a newer instrument for me, and it's a weird story how I got involved with the fiddle, which is the same thing as a violin, but I play Irish music on that instrument.
Amazing. Are you going to be playing for us today?
I will play, yes. You asked so nicely.
Well, grab your first instrument.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I want the people who are watching us to know that, music, like I said, is a world in itself, and it's a language that, we all do understand. And the fact that someone could be inspired to write a book, travel around, the world for, he was expecting to only do this for only 4 months, and he ended up doing it for 33 months, something that's not easy. But guess what? People that are going to read his book are going to know about it, are going to read the story, they're going to learn about, this beautiful instrument, and guess what, someone is going to be encouraged, someone is going to come out there probably try to do the same thing. So it's all about, you know, life is about living and finding, you know, the smallest things that do matter. Let's give James the floor, and I hope you guys will enjoy his playing. He's going to start with the banjo, and after that we'll go on straight to the violin.
All good?
Yeah.
Tell me, where did you get those high-top shoes and the dresses that you wear so fine? Well, I got these shoes from a rail-rolling man, and the dress is from a driver in the mine. Oh, that dress is from a driver in the mine. Shoes, all the dresses that I wear. You see, I got a man coming in on an eastbound train, and he's gonna buy me a brand new pair. Oh, he's gonna buy me a brand new pair. Never go with a gambling man, 'cause he does not work in the mine. And a gambling man will kill you if he could. He'll drink up your blood like wine. Oh, he'll drink up your blood like wine. Tell me, where have you been, my pretty lady? Tell me, where have you been all day? I've been rolling around the pen, I'm coming back again to lie in my sweet baby's arms. Oh, I'm gonna lie in my sweet baby's arms.
What is happening? I feel like, how do they call it? The ancestors are pulling me or calling me. It feels so traditional.
Yeah, it's, you know, the style that I play is, it's called overhand or frailing or claw hammer. So it's not quite as popular today as the bluegrass style, but I do have to say that the right hand motion, if you look at the Akongting and Ngoni players, and even the Gembri players in Morocco, so all along the coast of West Africa, they're using the same right-hand style. So there is something very traditional about it. And the great thing about the banjo is that you can play melody and harmony at the same time.
Wow.
And if you throw that thumb on there like I do, you know, this is a drum, it was originally goat skin. You can get three instruments at the same time, you know what I mean?
Let's hear.
So it's kind of that's one of the things that really drew me to it. The first time I heard anyone play this style, because I had to learn this for a Shakespeare gig, to be honest. But the first time I heard someone play this style, it was just like something was calling me. And then I dedicated the next 10 years to it.
It's beautiful.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am, because it's so soothing. It's like, it's life. But he does have a violin with him also, one of his other best played instruments, I'm hoping.
Yeah, so do you want me to talk a little bit about my history with it?
Yes, please.
So in old time music jams, old time is the style of music from the United States where people are playing the style of banjo that I play. The fiddle players, fiddle and violin, same thing. The fiddle players call all the shots. And the banjo players can sometimes ask questions to put the drone string. The guitar players and the bass players just shut up. And the fiddle players, call the tunes, everything like that. It's part of the culture, it's part of the style. So I became fascinated with the fiddle as a banjo player, as an instrument to play melody first. But I'm American, and so are my parents, but my family ancestrally all comes from the west of Ireland, from Sligo, and my family all comes from Irish neighborhoods in New York. So there was Irish music in the house a lot of the time. And I got interested through old-time fiddle. I saw some videos of Irish fiddle. Nice. And like the banjo, it called me, and I dedicated an insane amount of hours to it. And I'm very fortunate to have studied with a great man called Kevin Burke. He's like the Jimi Hendrix of Irish fiddle, and we became good friends, and I spent a lot of time with him, and he really humored my terrible fiddle playing. Especially in the beginning when I didn't know how to hold it. And it became a big part of my life now too, which is a big surprise because I never saw that coming ever.
At all.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what he told you.
Yeah, this is a song called Sean Ryan's Jig, so a jig, people think there's only one Irish jig, but it's a style of music. It's played in 6/8. It's really good for dancing. Yeah. Okay. Tell you, I should go learning these instruments. You got to, it's the best.
Can you teach me something?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Which one you want to do?
I want to do the banjo.
Yeah, go for it. So yeah, you kind of hold it in the center of your lap.
It's heavy.
Notice the sock for sound in the back.
Okay.
Don't judge.
No judgment.
For sound.
We don't judge. How do I hold this?
Yep, so you're going to hold it not quite like a guitar. I hate to say this on air. That's it. Yep.
Okay.
And you can maybe uncross your legs. If I can say
Uncross?
that. Yep.
How?
Well, yeah. Can I stand up? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually perfect. You got it really good right there.
Okay.
So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to
Yeah.
put one finger right there.
Here.
Yeah, so maybe you could even put that one or that one there instead of your first finger. Yep, so I'm just going to touch your hand, okay?
Okay, it's okay.
So you can put that finger there, and then you want to put another finger on this string right there, also on the second finger. So what you can do is play with the back of your nail. Try to get these to ring out. Yeah, so you want to kind of leave that open. It's not bad. It's not bad. The thing is, you have amazing nails. You just got to make sure they're not blocking those strings. So go ahead and give it a try. It's good. It's good. There's some strings ringing out. And you can do it in like, I have my teacher pointer here.
It's okay.
You can do it in like sets of 4. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's perfect. Yeah.
4, okay.
Yeah, and you can just do that on a loop. I'll play with you.
Okay.
That's cool.
1, 2, 3, go.
Just keep doing that. Don't stop. name.
We're going to create a band.
Yes.
I hope I put it well.
Yeah, you know, it's a banjo, so it's meant to be beat up.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, amazing. Thank you so much, James.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here.
It's been a pleasure to have you. I have enjoyed every part of the show.
Me too.
Hopefully, maybe we'll have you one day again after
Great.
the book is published.
Who knows what I'll have.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Please say goodbye to the people.
Bye, everyone. I forget how to say bye in Kinyarwanda, but I'm just going to say Murakoze instead.
That's good.
Murakoze.
That's good. Well, thank you so much for following KC2. It was engraved in letters with I, Muhozi Esther, of course, with our amazing guest, James Kivlen. Have a lovely day or night. Bye.